So in today's lecture, I will tell you set theory, Venn diagrams. Okay, complex problems of complex numbers and important questions of trigonometry. So today's lecture is all about this. Okay, first I am taking set theory. Okay, so in set theory, NA stands for number of items that belongs to A, and B stands for number of items that belongs to B, and C stands for number of items that belongs to C. Okay, now NA union B. So when we take NA union B, we take number of items which belongs to A plus number of items which belongs to B, and you can see here that there are some items which are common in both A and B, and when we count the number of items of A, we had already counted the number of items of B which are common to A. Again, when we are counting the number of items in B, we already counted the items which are common to both A and B when we were counting A, but again we are counting them in B. So instead of recounting them, we just subtract them. So over here, number of items in A, then number of items in B, and then we separate the common items which are common to both the terms. This is an A intersection B. So this is the first formula. This is the formula for A or B. Okay. Union stands for or, and intersection stands for and. Thing is clear? Now, the second formula, number of items belonging to A, number of items belonging to B, number of items belonging to C. There are few items which are common in both A and B. Number of items which are common in both B and C. Number of items common in A and C. Also, there are few terms in which, for which we can say that these terms belongs to A and B and C. So these terms are common to, or these items are common to A, B and C, all the three terms. Okay, now if I have to find out the number of terms in A, B or C, so how I calculate? I simply write down the number of terms in A, number of terms in B, number of terms in C. From A and B, the common one, first time I have to subtract. From B and C, the common one, no need to add them twice, so we subtract it. And from A and C, again the common. So my equation is balanced. But here you can see that there are few terms which belongs to A and B and C. So when I am counting A, I had calculated them. When I am counting B, I had already calculated them. When I had counted C, I had already counted them. So there are few items which belongs to both A, B, also B, C, and similarly A, C, and there are few items which belongs to all the three. So first I had added them over here, here, and then I had separated from here, and here. Okay, now what I have to do? I have to add these terms A, B, and C into it. Okay, this is the second one. Okay, now when I make the Venn diagram, it looks like this. number of persons belonging to A, number of persons to belonging to B, and these are the common persons belonging to where both A and B, and this area is for none of A or B. Okay, and use the universal set in which all the elements are possible. So I'm taking two examples from these two problems. The concept will become much more clear. So I'm taking one question. So this is one problem. You can download this assignment from our website. In a town of 10,000 families, it was found that 40% families buy newspaper A, 20% families buy newspaper B, and 10% families buy newspaper C. 5% families buy A and B, 3% buy B and C, and 4% buy A and C. 2% families buy all the three newspapers. We have to find out the number of families which buy A only, B only, none of A, B and C. Okay. So first from this question I am writing down what is the data given to me. So first thing is the number of families in the town 10,000. 40% families buy newspaper A, that is 40% of total population buys newspaper A. This is the total population. 10,000 is the total population, 10,000 families. So 40% of the total population, that is the number of families, buys newspaper A. Number of persons that buys newspaper B, 20% of total families. I am writing, I am recorrecting it. Number of persons या number of families buying newspaper C, from the question it is given to us 10% of total families. Okay, 5% buy A and B, the number of families which buys newspaper A and B, 5% of total families. Number of persons buying newspaper B and C, 3% of total families. 4% by A and C. So A and C, 4% of total families. They are saying 2% by all the three, A, B and C. They are saying 2% of the families by all the three. So from this it is clear that total population, or we can say total number of families 10,000. Number of families which are buying the newspaper A 40%, B 20%, C 10%, A and B 5%, B and C 3%, A and C 4%, ABC is 2%. Okay, so from this given data I am drawing a Venn diagram. I had already told you Venn diagram is to make the complicated problems simple. Okay, so here first I have to write down which is common in all the three. So here 2% is common in all the three. Then I move to A and C. For A and C it is 4%, A and C it is 4%. Then I have to write down 2 so that it will become 4. For B and C I have to make it 3%. For B and C I have to make it 3%. It is 2 over here, write down 1 over here so that they becomes 3. Then when I shift to shift upwards, it is A and B 5% of the total families. So it is A and B 5% of the total families, that is 3 over here. Okay, now number of persons in C 10%. So number of persons in C is 10%. 2, 2, 4 and 1 5. So this will be 5. So that the complete C becomes 10%. Number of families in B 20%. 3 and 2 5, 5 and 1 6. I have to write down 14 over here. So that 14 and 1 15. 15 and 5 it becomes 20%. Okay, number of families in B 40%. 3 and 2 5, 5 or 2 7. 33%. Okay, so that the graph is complete. Now we can see 33 and 3 36, 36 and 14 50, 50 and 5 55, 55 and 5 60. So we can see over here that 60% population, 60% families are buying newspaper A, B or C. What about the rest of the families? The remaining 40% are neither buying newspaper A nor B nor C. So in the given question, what they are asking from us, they are asking number of families buying A only. So this is A and this is A only, because this 33 is not common to any of B or C. So A only is 33% of 10,000. Okay, you can calculate B only. So B only is 14% of 10,000. That is 14% is 1 upon 100 of is multiply of 10,000. Now the third thing is none of A, B and C. So they are asking none of A, B and C. So when we remove A, B and C from the total, it comes out 40% of 10,000. That is 40 upon 100 of 10,000. Concept is clear? Okay. Now I'm taking second question for you people. In a survey of 25 students, so number of students 25, it was found that 15 take in mathematics, 12 take in physics, 11 take in chemistry, 5 take in mathematics and chemistry, 9 take in mathematics and physics, 4 take in physics and chemistry, and 3 all the 3. Okay, so you can download the assignment from our website. I think you had already downloaded it. Now take this. Number of persons or number of students 25. 15 had taken mathematics, so mathematics is 15. 12 had taken physics, physics 12. Chemistry 11. Mathematics and chemistry 5. Mathematics and physics 9. Physics and chemistry 4, and 3 all the 3. Okay, again the problem is complicated. I'm choosing Venn diagram for it. So this is for mathematics, this is for physics, and this is for chemistry. This is for mathematics, this is for physics, this is for chemistry. So number of persons in mathematics 15, and so I started from the common area. Mathematics, physics, chemistry 3. Write down 3 over here. Then we move to P and C. P and C is 4. P and C, this is 3. Then this should be 1. So that will become 4. Okay. The next thing is M and P. M and P is 9. M and P is 9. So this is M and this is P. This is 3. Put 6 over here so that they becomes 9. M and C is 5. This is M and this is C. You can see this and this, M and C. So m and c is 5, 3 over here, 2 over here, so they become 5. For c we have 11. For c we have 11. 2 and 3, 5 and 1, 6. Put 5 over here. p is 12. 12, 6, 3, 9 and 1, 10. Put 2 over here, so they become 12. Mathematics is 15. 6 and 3, 9. 9 and 2, 11. Put 4 over here. Okay, simple. Not a very big problem. Now I have all these questions. Only chemistry, only mathematics, only physics, physics and chemistry, but not mathematics, physics, mathematics and physics, but not chemistry, only one of the three. Okay, blah blah blah. So first one is only chemistry. So chemistry only 5. Second one is only mathematics. So only mathematics is 4. Third one is only physics. Only physics is 2. Fourth, physics and chemistry, but not mathematics. Okay, physics and chemistry, but not mathematics. Only one. One more time. Physics and chemistry. Physics and chemistry. Physics, chemistry, but not mathematics. So remove this one. 5 is mathematics and physics, no chemistry. Mathematics and physics, no chemistry. Mathematics and physics, no chemistry. 6. Only one of the subject. Only one. Only one means only maths, only physics, only chemistry. 11. At least one. Okay. So at least one is 4, 6, 2, 3, 2, 1, 5. At least one is one or more than one. So 4, 6, 2, 2, 3, 1, 5. 10, 12, 14, 17, 18, 23. Now, none. None of the subject. Total 25. Subtract at least one. You will get 2. Adding all these 3, we are getting 23. Put 2 over here so that the total becomes 25. It is clear? So, Venn diagrams makes this question simple. Now, next topic I am taking, it is complex number. When I ask you root 9, you say 3 to me. When I ask you root minus 9, you will say root minus 1 into root 9. This root minus 1 is taken as iota because we don't know any value root minus 1. We never know the square root of any negative number. So for all the square roots of negative numbers, we separate the negative sign, that is the negative one, that is the minus 1 from them, and for that square root of minus 1, I let it as iota. So this is iota, we call it iota, and this is root 9. So root 9 is 3. Okay, so for root minus 9, the answer is 3 iota. For root minus 25, the same thing I have to repeat. Root minus 1 into root 25, the answer is 5 iota. Okay, what about iota? Iota is square root of minus 1. Okay, when I squaring both sides, iota square. What is iota square? Iota square is minus 1. What about iota cube? So iota cube will be iota square into iota. This iota square becomes minus 1 and multiplied by iota, it will gives you minus iota. Okay, the concept is clear. Nice. Now I'm taking one question. What about iota raised to the power 135? So iota raised to the power 135 means this is an odd number. First try to break it into an even number. Okay. After this, try to break it into two parts. First is 2 and then the multiple of 2. So it will be iota square raised to the power 67 into iota. Iota square is minus 1 raised to the power 67 into iota. You very well know for all the odd powers of minus 1 the answer is minus 1, and for all the even powers of minus 1 the answer is plus 1. So minus 1 into iota gives you minus iota. Okay, again another example I am taking. Iota raised to the power minus 999. Okay, so iota raised to the power minus 999, it gives you 1 over iota raised to the power 999, 1 over iota raised to the power 998 into iota raised to the power 1. Okay, now 1 over iota raised to the power 998 is iota square 2499 into iota raised to the power 1. What about iota square minus 1 raised to the power 499 into iota? Minus 1 having any odd power. When minus 1 has have any odd power, the answer comes out minus 1. So 1 over minus 1 iota. Our address is B105 Lajpat Nagar 4, New Delhi. Okay, so it is 1 over minus iota, minus 1 over iota, multiply it by iota. This is called rationalization. So this is minus iota over iota square. This is minus iota over minus 1. The answer is plus iota. When we write it as 0 plus iota, this is known as standard form. Okay, now I'm taking another question, another example. The fourth part of my assignment. This is square root of minus 1 raised to the power 4n plus 3. Square root of minus 1. This is iota raised to the power 4n plus 3. It will give you iota raised to the power 4n into iota raised to the power 3. Iota raised to the power 4n, iota square raised to the power 2n into iota square into iota. Iota square is minus 1. Minus 1 raised to the power 2n. Iota square is minus 1 into iota. Now, minus 1, the power over here is a multiple of 2. For all the multiples of 2, we know a very specific name is given to the multiples of 2, even number. Okay, for all the even numbers, the minus 1 having the power as even number, the answer is plus 1 multiplied by minus 1 multiplied by iota. The answer is minus iota. Okay, next. The fifth part, iota raised to the power 19 plus 1 upon iota raised to the power 25 whole square. Okay, now this is iota raised to the power 19, iota raised to the power 18 into iota raised to the power 1. What about this? 1 upon iota raised to the power 24 into iota raised to the power 1 whole square. Okay, now iota raised to the power 18, iota square raised to the power 9, iota raised to the power 24 into iota, iota raised to the power 25, iota raised to the power 24 into iota whole square. This will give you minus 1 raised to the power 9 into iota plus 1 upon iota square raised to the power 2 into iota. Now minus 1, the power is odd, it yields out minus 1 multiplied by I plus 1 over iota square is minus 1. When the power is even, it gives you plus 1 iota. Now this is minus iota square plus 1 over iota. Iota square is minus 1, 1 plus 1 over iota. This is 2 upon iota. When I multiply it by iota, 2 multiplied by I give you 2i. I multiplied by I give you iota square. The answer is minus 2 iota. What about the standard form? Standard form is 0 minus 2 iota. Okay. Now try this. Iota raised to the power 17 minus 1 upon iota raised to the power 34. Try this. Iota raised to the power 18, 1 upon iota raised to the power 24 whole cube. Try this. Iota raised to the power n, iota raised to the power n plus 1 plus iota raised to the power n plus 2 plus iota raised to the power n plus 3. Try. Okay, now see this. Iota raised to the power n, iota raised to the power n into iota raised to the power 1, iota raised to the power n into iota square, iota raised to the power n into iota cube. Take iota raised to the power n as common. It will be 1 plus iota square plus iota cube. Okay. Now this is iota raised to the power n, 1 plus iota. Iota square is minus 1. Iota cube is iota square into iota. So this will be iota raised to the power n, 1 plus iota minus 1. Iota square is minus 1. It will gives you minus iota. So this minus 1 and this plus 1 cancels out. Plus iota minus iota cancels out. The answer is 0. Okay. Another question. 1 upon 3 plus 3 iota whole cube. You have to solve out yourself. If there is any doubt, then post it into comment and I will solve your query. This is 5 minus 3 iota whole cube. Okay. 12th is minus root 3 plus root of minus 2 multiplied by 2 root 3 minus iota. I'm taking this question. Okay. This is minus root 3 plus square root of minus 2 is square root of 2 multiplied by square root of minus 1. This is in multiplication with 2 root 3 minus iota as a whole. Okay. This is minus root 3. Root of minus 1 is iota. This is 2 root 3 minus iota. Now minus root 3 when multiplied by these two numbers, it will give you minus 2 into 3 plus root 3 iota. Now this root 2 iota when multiplied by these two numbers, it will give you 2 root 2 into 3 iota minus root 2 iota square. Minus 2 into 3 is 6. Take iota is common from these two. This is root 3 plus 2 root 6. Iota square is minus 1 plus root 2. Now minus 6 plus root 2 in a bracket into iota root 3 plus 2 root 6 in another bracket. So this is standard form. Okay, now try this. Sorry. Try this. Okay. Try this. Pause the video and try this. 3 minus 2i, 2 plus 3i over 1 plus 2i, 2 minus I. I'm taking this question. Okay. 3 minus 2i multiplied by 2 plus 3i. 1 plus 2i multiplied by 2 minus I. 3 multiplied by these two, 6 plus 9i. Minus 2i multiplied by these two, minus 4i minus 6i square over 2 minus I plus 4i minus 2i square. Now 6, 9i minus 4i, 5i plus 6, at square is minus 1, 2 plus 3i plus 2. This will give you 12 plus 5i, 4 plus 3i. Okay. Now, from the very beginning, we know how to rationalize the denominator. Okay. So this 12 plus 5i multiplied by 4 minus 3i over 4 plus 3i multiplied by 4 minus 3i. Now multiply. 12 times 4, 48. 12 times 3, 36. 5 times 4, 20i. 5 times 3, minus 15 I square over 4 square minus 3 square I square. This is 48 minus 16i plus 15 over 4 square, 16 minus 9 iota square is minus 1. 48 plus 15 minus 16i upon 25. 48 plus 5, 53. 10, 63. 63 over 25, 16 over 25 iota. This is standard form. Okay, try this. 1 over minus 2 plus root 3. Okay, so after completing this, I'm taking question number 4. We have to find out x and y. The first part is 3x minus 7 plus 2 iota y minus 5y plus 5 plus x into I. Okay, now this is standard form because here it is iota and the real part is over there. This is iota at the real part. So this is standard form, this is standard form. This is a complex number and this is a complex number. When we have to compare two complex number, we compare their real and imaginary parts. So on comparison, this 3x minus 7 is equals to minus 5y. So minus 5y comes over here, 3x plus 5y, it will give you 7. This is equation number 1. Okay, this 2y is equals to 5 plus x. So this 2y is equals to 5 plus x. Now minus x over there, minus x plus 2y is equals to 5. This is equation number 2. Equation number 1, equation number 2 when solved. So this 3x plus 5y is equals to 7. I multiplied by 3. It will give you minus 3x plus 6y is equals to 15. Add, cancels out, 5 6 11y, 7 5 22, y is 2. Put y over here. This 3x plus 5 into 2 is equals to 7. 3x is equals to 7 minus 10. X is equals to minus 3 over 3. X is minus 1. Okay. Now try this. 1 minus ix, 1 plus iy, 1 minus 3i. Try this. X plus iy, 2 minus 3i, 4 plus I. Hope you had already solved. Now I'm taking the fourth one, x minus 1 3 plus I, y minus 1 3 minus I is equals to I. Okay, now take the LCM, 3 plus I 3 minus I, multiply x minus 1 3 minus I, y minus 1 3 plus I is equals to I. When we multiply 3x minus x iota minus 3 plus iota. Now 3y plus y iota minus 3 minus iota over 3 square minus I square is equals to I. This 3x plus 3y minus this 3x, this 3y, minus 3 and minus 3 are the real parts. Okay, this iota minus x iota plus iota minus iota y iota are the imaginary parts. 3 square is 9, iota square is minus 1, this is equals to iota. Now this 3x plus 3y, this 3x plus 3y minus 6 over 10 real part. For this iota, iota cancel out, minus x plus y over 10 is equals to iota on comparing. So when we compare, we always compare the real and imaginary parts. This 3x plus 3y minus 6 upon 10 is 0. This minus x plus y over 10 is 1. Okay, this is 3x plus 3y minus 6 is equals to 0. This minus x plus y is equals to 10. This 3x plus 3y is equals to 6, equation number 1. This is equation number 2. Minus x plus y is 10, so multiplied by 3. Minus 3x plus 3y is equals to 30. This 3x plus 3y is equals to 6. Cancels out. 6y is 36. Y is 6. Y is 6. X is minus 4. Okay. Wait for the next video. Till then, goodbye.